And I feel like in this Western Conference now, where the Suns have managed to find themselves in a situation where they may be staring at 7 tough games, and they don't have the best player on the floor in their series. They have the better team than Dallas, but the best player is on the other side. I said if the Warriors could make quick work of the Grizzlies here, and it's horrible that Ja is not playing, but suddenly it feels like the Warriors may be sneaking into the driver's seat to win the West, and actually Caesars, as you see their legs now, says Golden State's the favorite to win the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, any way you look at it out West, there's questions about all these teams right now, even Phoenix, the year that they had, the way that they just played the last 2 games, right? So everybody's trying to figure this out. I think the Warriors can and will win the entire thing, but, you know, look, it's just my opinion. It's very subjective, but clearly to win a game in which you play that poorly and you struggle to shoot to that extent, and Memphis played good defense, but they missed a lot of clean looks. If Clay and Steph shoot like that on a given night, and Jordan Poole is what he's been lately, and they still find a way to win the game, for me, that actually backs up the argument that the Golden State Warriors can win it all.
Yeah, I think they are more than capable. I still think that Suns-Warriors series, if that's what it ends up being, is going to be fantastic. You know, the lesson for me in this series is really the I don't want to say youth, I don't want to say inexperience, but the lack of experience in late-game execution for the Memphis Grizzlies. You go back to Klay Thompson's game winner on that inbounds play. Just awful communication. He comes off naked because Jaren Jackson's all the way in the paint tracking a different cut. Last night, Dillon Brooks with the shot selection with 40-some seconds. And not even just that. Steph brings it down the court. They don't get matched up in transition with 40 seconds to go and Steph coming down on the court, and he's able to get downhill and get fouled. So I think as much as we talk about the Warriors' greatness, to me, some of this is the Memphis Grizzlies got to figure out how to execute late in games.
Let's give them a little love. I mean, there was a time in the NBA where you learned that by losing,
yes.
right? I mean, this is what's supposed to happen. We are seeing the ascension of a really good young team with Morant, who is going to be an an MVP type of player, and Jackson, who was young, and so many of these young players. In the era before superstars just got on the phone and decided we're all going to go play together someplace in a geographically desirable location, it used to be this way. The teams would sort of come along and they take their lumps and they learn, and next year the Grizzlies will be among the favorites, I think, to win the whole thing.
You would think, but also some of the things we thought were certainties about this team, now you start to wonder. Like, the Desmond Bane is really struggling. He had a great year. I mean, this is a guy that really emerged, far better offensive player than anybody thought he could be at the NBA level. He has really struggled in the postseason, so he's going to have to answer that bell at some point. Like, that's the next progression for him. Dillon Brooks was a critical part of what this team has done for the last several years, was great all year last year, great in the postseason, great in the regular season this year, has completely disappeared offensively for them. So they still have boxes to check, much like the Bucks did before they won a championship, and they did that. Now we're going to look at Memphis a little bit differently going into next season. We got to see where else is that going to come from besides Ja.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.